My friend Amanda and I decided to take a last-minute trip to Canada with my trailer. We drove through Montana until we hit just before the border and camped in Rexford, Montana. This is a cute little campground that we found, secluded, clean and nice. And down the street there was this nice restaurant called Frontier Restaurant where the service was amazing. Inside was rustic, super country feeling. The food and the drinks were great, and everybody was so nice. We had a delicious dinner and some good rest before crossing the border in the morning. I just wanted to talk a little bit about going over the border from Montana to Canada. I've never taken my trailer over the border to Canada, so we weren't sure what to expect. And so we drove up to the border station, and they were super nice when we pulled up, asked us if we had any weapons, you know, the usual questions, what's your plan and everything. They asked about like pepper spray and stuff like that. We said we had bear spray. Bear spray's okay, but I had small cans of mace in my door. And I said I had 2 cans of mace, and they're like, oh, you're gonna have to hand those over. They're banned in Canada. So I didn't know that, and I didn't really think about it, having them in my door. And they had me pull over to the side of the building and had Amanda and I get out of the truck and wait by the building while one person searched my truck and another person searched my trailer. Anyway, I had to go in the building and sign a form. It's just saying that I declared 2 bottles of pepper spray, and it shows the value and marks that it was abandoned, and I had to sign it. And that's that. It was fine. They were like, you're good to go, and we were off to explore. I'm just going to show on the map where we went up through Kalispell, Whitefish, up through Eureka, and then we stayed in Rexford overnight before crossing the border. We went up the 93, and we get a little closer, past Fairmont Hot Springs, and turned right at Radium Hot Springs, up the 93, and then we cut over here into Banff, and that's where we stayed for a couple of days, just to give an idea of our route. One of these days we're going to come back, and we're going to go, instead of taking a right to Banff, we're going to take a left. We're going to go explore Jasper and National Park, and up in here there is Icefields Parkway, and that is supposed to be a beautiful drive. So that was our intention first of all, but it was quite far with the limited time we had, so we just cut over to Banff. So we finally made it over the border into British Columbia, Canada. I pulled over and changed my miles per hour to kilometers per hour. Ignore the tire light. I had my spare on at the time of recording this. But you go down to settings and go down to units. From miles per hour, you go up to kilometers per hour, and you back out, and before you know it, you got kilometers per hour. We stopped at a gas station before hitting the mountains to top off my tank, and I just wanted to give you all a view of a Canadian gas pump. It's a little different. And now I think it's a good time for a positive thought for the day, because look at these mountains. We stopped to explore the beauty of Marble Canyon and hike around and listen to the falls and the water rushing. So I'm going to have you listen to what we were listening to. We drove up to Tunnel Mountain Campground and luckily got a spot without reservations on their long weekend Victoria Day celebrating Queen Victoria, so we were so lucky. This campsite's full hookup. We got water, we got power, we got elk poop, and sewer. Shared site, but we had it for the night to ourselves, which was kind of nice. Trash and recycle bins. Here's a look at the restroom facility. Pretty clean. And wildlife, every day, all day. Deer, right by your trailer, and elk. It's definitely amazing to see all the animals just hanging out. Here's another view of that beautiful mountain looking out of Tunnel Mountain Campground. Then we got to explore the town of Banff. Super cute town. Kind of reminded us of Europe. Breweries and restaurants. And here's a coyote that was roaming around town in the middle of the night. The area of Banff, Canada is so incredibly beautiful. There's lots to do in the area and everybody is so nice. We had an amazing trip.